Good evening, everybody. Good evening again. Uh, I'm a couple of minutes behind our start time, but it's nice to know that quite a few persons were here Good evening, everybody. Long before. Good evening again. Uh, I'm a couple of minutes behind our start time, but it's nice to know that quite a few. What happened? Huh? What do I have to do? Okay. So yeah, so I'm sorry. I was saying that it's quite Alphonse, quite a few quite a few persons came in a little earlier, and I'm happy that you came in early. Sometimes we have little technical matters that we have to get sorted out before we can start. So that kind of keep us back a little bit. But ideally, I like to be here at least 10 to, so that we can set up. But um, so much for the time we are together again, and that's what's important, right? And I'm happy that everyone could make it for tonight. Incidentally, these days I don't know. I think the weather just kind of has certain effects on me because, boy, I get so engaged in so many things. I totally, completely forget to send out the. But what I've been trying to do is to post them onto the website so that a lot of people can still get access to them, right? And as you know, we have our own Zoom account, so now we have been trying to go live for most of them, so you can still go back on YouTube and see them. You know what I mean? So that's right there for us. So we are going to start this nonetheless, despite everything. So, and we're a little few in number tonight, but not to worry. I know sometimes people come a little later, but as they say, the early bird catches the first worms, right? All right. So, as usual, I think we're going to run along. As usual, we're going to start by asking a volunteer to pray. I know most people don't they don't usually volunteer to pray, but I guess I'll just hang on. I'm so tired. Right. Pray. Huh? All right, let us pray. Eternal Father and our God, we are thankful for your wonderful grace and mercy. We are thankful, Lord, that it is only you that could provide us with such great wisdom. We thank you that we have the opportunity to come into your awesome presence. Thank you, Father, for this meeting. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for all the people who are gathered here. I ask you, Lord, to continue to be with us. Guide us through this meeting and help us that we may benefit from whatever is said and done. In Jesus' name, amen. Uh, so let me formally say again that I welcome everyone, each and everyone to the meeting. I look forward every Thursday. I look forward, despite all the events this week, which I know everybody is very aware of in distant lands, that I know also a lot of persons have been very anxious about and so forth. That has been a distraction. And all the things that are happening here too at home. We are together again, thank God, and we will continue to be together every Thursday until the end of the year. When the end of the year comes, I'm asking the Lord what is His direction. But if I go beyond the end of the year, it will basically be cooking, practical doing things, right? So we will still do that. We still have the option of doing that. So, let us just see how the Lord leads and where we go from there, right? Okay. So now I have a little okay, there's a reminder. I am reminding individuals that when they come, I'm asking you to invite a friend so that we can each one reach one, we can network, and we can grow this little wellness club so that others can learn and be able to do the things to help to keep their bodies healthy and to help to keep their families healthy, because ultimately that's what God wants of us. All right. um Another reminder is that if and when you use the recipes that we share over the weeks, and if and when you are able to make the things, I'm asking you to send me a picture so that I can have something, so that I can follow what you are doing. All right. Don't forget too that, I'm sorry, that if you are making any of the recipes and you're having a little issue, my number is available. You can send me a WhatsApp, you can send me an email. They are all available. So you can always make contact with me so that I know I can guide you through. If you're having, as a matter of fact, um, it's kind of nice when you make them make them, and then you can let me know, what it is that you have done. All right. I think that's a great path to take, right? It's kind of nice when you can try to do it. But my number is available, as I said before, and my email and my WhatsApp. You know, they're all available, so you can just make contact with me if you're having a little difficulty. Um, Another thing to reminder is that I think as of in another, I think if not next week, the following week, um you are having I'm asking you to come with your pen and paper so that because then I'm going to start getting active, not necessarily over in the kitchen, but I want to have either this week coming, or either next week coming or the following week. We're gonna start talking about making stuff until we get into actually doing them together. All right. So I really want to start us off going. Another reminder is that the books will soon be available. I'm hoping to get at least one out for before the holiday. Um, so you can always access those books too. Um, at and also, please remember that you can go to www.edenjoywholefoods.com and join our group here. Check around and look also at whatever information you can find there. Anything, you can let me know. All right. Um, all right. So the updates, the assessments. Last week I gave you a challenge, and now I'm hoping that somebody has started the challenge and that they can actually tell us how they feel about it, you know. Is there anyone in the group that has started the challenge, the raw challenge?
Yes, Dr. Price, I started
Or tell me who
trying
that is. Tell
trying
me.
this is Elizabeth. I sent you pictures of mine today.
Oh yes, yes. I'm going to show it in a little while, you know.
I
Yes,
started trying to put raw food with my food so I get the hang of it.
yes.
So at
And
least once a
I
day
thought that
I
was
try and have
fantastic.
some raw thing.
I thought that was fantastic. And one of the things I noticed, which was really exciting to me, is that you most of your plate was actually raw.
Yes, because
Particularly
even though I
vegetable
cooked up the
stuff.
vegetable, I
Yes.
didn't let it cook thoroughly because like the chocho,
Okay.
you know, that going to take a while to cook. So I don't really cook it. I just tip a little water and just stir it and then add the vegan beef to it. So it
Ah,
was chewy. It wasn't really thoroughly cooked. And then I diced up, I shred up the zucchini
yes.
and eat that completely raw.
I thought it was really nice. I'm going to show the pictures after this. And how did you feel? Give us an update. How does it feel doing it?
It feel good because I even found the dandelion greens because I
Yes,
have it grow in my yard sometimes. So I use this week I use it on my sandwich without cooking it up or anything like that. I just put it on it like lettuce
yes.
and have it. So I'm trying to incorporate more raw food into my diet.
Isn't that amazing? I am
Yeah.
so very happy to
I
hear.
didn't even know that the zucchini would taste so good raw.
It is
'Cause
absolutely
I
fantastic.
normally cook it up.
It's very, very nice, very nice. And you can just blanch it if you so desire, as long as it doesn't go beyond 100 degrees. Just blanch for a minute or two, and that's it.
I
But
don't think
the
I'll be
nice,
cooking it again.
huh?
I don't think I'll ever cook it again because it tastes so good raw.
It's really delicious. I'm telling you. I am so very
Yeah.
happy. I can't wait to show you to show. And let me tell you, how often did you do it this week, though?
As I said, every day I try to have something raw.
Okay. How do you feel about having the raw, having those significant raw additions to your meals, as against not having any at all?
It helps with the energy and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, um
Okay.
I just need to practice to get the hang of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you just have to, at least you have made a start. You just have to do it slowly and grow into it. After a while, let me tell you, after a while, Elizabeth, you will just be calling me and say, I did this. All you have to do is make the practice, and you are going to get so creative with it. Just follow the
Yeah.
combination, the food combinations charts that we did earlier in an earlier program, and
Mhm.
to make sure that you're doing your right combinations. And let me tell you, you are going to enjoy this so much you're not going to believe it. You know, I'm really
Yeah.
happy, and I'm gonna show everybody your meals. You know,
Yes.
thank you very much. You know, is there
Um,
anybody else that has started the challenge? Well, I guess everybody is waiting a little more. Everybody is waiting a little bit. Well, let me tell you, you have time. The important thing is that you start, and you start growing into it, and you start working into it. So hopefully next week I'll hear from somebody else that has started, right? That would be really nice. But not to worry, just grow slowly into it. It's not something that comes overnight. Remember, we're learning now to how to go totally plant based, and how to practice, and we're learning how to get into having live foods, right? In an when we get to doing the practicals, I'm literally going to show you how to make bread and all those things that's raw, totally uncooked, right? Outdoor in the sun, or using the dehydrator. And all of that will be really exciting for all of us, right? Okay. So if there isn't anyone else with an update on their challenge, you know, then I guess we will move on, right? Okay. So I'm taking it that we don't have any more updates, right? Hopefully next week, eh? Okay. All right then. So let's get, oh, here we are. Last week I gave the recipe for, was it last week? For raw sea moss cheese. I don't know if you remember that recipe. Um, Sister, what's the name? Okay, huh? Sister Marsh in Cayman. Sister Marsh made Friday or Friday when I got a call from her. She told me that she went ahead and made the cheese, and on top of that, she added turmeric or carrots to it because she wanted a cheddar style. And she sent me the pictures, and so I'm able to share her pictures with you today. If you notice, she made one nice block of it, and then she sliced it. Isn't that awesome? I was really happy. She said she was enjoying it so much, it was so delicious. But guess what? What I found really exciting was not only did she use the recipe I gave her, but she also built on it. She was a little creative and she diverted a little bit. She added turmeric, and there you go. She has sliced cheddar cheese now. You see how fantastic it is? Doesn't it look delicious? Lord, it looks so delicious, I'm telling you. Yeah. So I'm inviting you to try the recipes and
Sister
send them
Priceless,
to me.
carrot I used to give it that color.
Oh, Sister Marsha, I didn't realize you
Good
were
night.
here.
Yeah, good night. I'm sleepy tonight, but I'm listening. I'm
Yes, so I
really
was just
tired.
sho- I was just sharing your attempt at the cheese in the group here, and I thought it looked
Okay.
quite delicious.
Thank you.
I so I didn't realize that it's the carrot that you used. I thought it was I was saying it's turmeric or carrots, but it's
No, it's
nice.
carrot. I used 2 carrot in it
Ah,
to give it that nice color.
so tell us about it. Tell us about your experience with it, Sister Marsh. Was it delicious?
I soak the sea moss as you
Yeah.
said. Then I wash it off, and then I pour water on it and wash it again, and then I put it in the blender. Blend it. I use some coconut milk.
Man,
I blend my coconut. I use some coconut milk, and I use a little pink salt in it
can you
and the
believe it?
carrot, and I just place it in the fridge just for a short time, and then everything work together.
Yes. So tell us
Simple
about
and
eating it
easy.
now. You had it in your sandwiches?
Yeah, I just place it in the sandwich, and it's really good.
Ah,
Really good. I didn't use much salt, just a little for taste.
yes. And listen, this is so nutritious. And you could have it, if you're going to have your pizza, you could just shred it up on your pizza. And it melts just the
Yes.
same. It's delicious. I'm
Yes.
so happy. I'm so happy. So I'm showing the members of the group. This is an attempt at the raw cheese last week, and Sister Marsh has actually built on it. So she added carrot, so she could get the cheddar version. And if you didn't add the carrot, you'd still just have mozzarella cheese. That is so delightful. I'm happy. Thank you, Sister Marsh.
You're welcome, sis.
All
And thank
right.
you too.
Thank you. So, Sister Francis, this was your attempt at your raw food challenge this week. Wait a minute. On the left here, it's a little stew like with vegetables, right?
Yes. It
Fantastic.
has a
Well,
pumpkin in it, pumpkin, carrot, and chocho. And the outside of the zucchini, the skin part, I just shred it up in there.
yes, because you're getting all the fiber. And then on this
Yeah.
on this side now it's just the zucchini.
Just
Did
the
you
zucchini, mostly the inner parts.
did you add any spices or anything on it?
No, just have it like that.
Nice. Okay. All right.
But
Well,
like for the vegetable that I was kind of stewing it with little onion and garlic, I put
ah
the
yes.
pink salt on it,
Yes.
some parsley with celery flake.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I am very happy and I hope and I'm just sharing it with the group. I'm very happy that you have begun the challenge. And I am hoping that next week you'll tell me again all the fantastic ones that you made this week. And I'm encouraging other members of the group to sort of get involved in the challenge so that ultimately the idea is that once you start, you'll get involved in it, you get to learn how to do it so that it becomes literally a part of your daily regular meals. All right. So thank you, Sister Francis, and I hope that next week I'll get a few more pictures. All right. I'm gonna keep these pictures. I actually keep them. Right. These are my keepsakes. So you have to, and we are going to. I'm going to use them actually when I make my booklet from all the individuals who have sent me stuff that they've made. When we make our booklet at the end of December compilation, all these pictures are going to be in there. All right, so we will run along then. Thank you very much, and I'm encouraging you to just keep on doing these things because it is for your best good. All right. Okay. Now, today, as you reckoned earlier, our topic for today is acid versus alkaline. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the body in its acid state, in an acidic state, and in an alkaline state. You have heard these expressions over and over and over again because this is more and more research is being done, and some of the great institutions like Uchi Pines, Mayo Clinic, Healthline, um, WebMD, all those things. A lot, Dr. Oz, Dr. Sebi, all these pioneers in natural research. A lot more and more their research are coming to light now. And long ago, I mean, over 150 years ago, Ellen White herself talked about having live food and talking about making your body eating so that your body is alkaline instead of acidic. And also, there's a book called Back to Eden. It's one of my favorite books aside from my Bible. And I'm telling you, Back to Eden has some real exciting news. I'm telling you, interesting information. And that is also one of the books that it was written way back in the 1900 earlys, right? 1950s or 1940s, something like that. And those same information are actually coming to light now, where people are appreciating and writing about them and building on these things because it's important for us to be aware of the acidity and the alkalinity, within our bodies because it can make or break us. All right. By the way, I made contact with Uchi Pines. You remember I told you either last week or the week before about a book that she wrote, more than 20 years of research. It's called the Encyclopedia of Natural Healing. And that it was written by Dr. Agatha Trash and Dr. Calvin Trash at Uchi Pines. It has every illness in there, every single illness known to man, and it has an entire regimen of what herbs to use, how to make your a whole food treatment, what to incorporate, and how to do it so that you can actually heal yourself. You understand? But of course, we have to be wise with all of this. But what I really want to say is that I made contact with Uchi Pants, and literally they are talking with me about how I can actually get copies of that book to individuals who are interested, right? So I'm informing in the group here and making it public because you will know that this is a book that is important, and if you're interested, in the book, you can always let me know. All right. So the foundations that we are building on in terms of acidity and alkalinity now, right? When we talk about these acid and alkaline thing, you're wondering what on earth is this now? Now, when we say the the acidity of the body is determined by measuring a pH level, right? And this is usually done through the urine. Okay. Um, when we say the body is acidic, um, it means that the body's pH level is less than 6.5. And when we say the body is alkaline, which is really what you want to exist, you want your body to be neutral and alkaline. And this is when the body is 7.4 or above on the pH level. All right. Um, now, how can you tell if your body is heavily alkaline or heavily acidic? And let me tell you, when your body is excessively acidic, that is where the danger zone is, right? So the aim is that your body must be more on the alkaline side, right? Additionally, researchers have found that if we have more of a whole food-based, plant-based diet, then we will be able to keep more of a neutral, balanced, alkaline body. And let me tell you, diseases, especially those like cancer and diabetes and so forth, they love the acidic environment. As a matter of fact, cancer cells grow and flourish when your body is acidic. So the idea is that we are aiming to have our bodies in an alkaline state as much as possible, right? Now, when your body is highly acidic, what happens is that you have tremendous, significant mineral deficiency. And how does it do that? Calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium are literally monitored, right, by the body. And it is taken from the bones and organs to actually act as a neutralizer to the rest of the body. And that is because of the acid content. So what happens, that your kidney does a lot of this work, right? And what and then you have a lot of the calcium and all those kind of things in the bones. So if the body gets too acidic, then it means that it has to overwork. And when it is overworking, what it has to do is to literally draw the cell, draw all of these minerals from what is within the body now, and so that it can help to balance everything out. And then what happens now? You become deficient in these minerals because it's literally depleting, 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 right? Which is why it is important for us to have to try to stay on the alkaline side. All right. Now, how do you know when your body is extremely acidic? Um, there are certain symptoms that you look for, and these include but are not limited to things like yeast infections. Some people complain they have yeast infections and they just can't get. They don't know what the fact of the matter is that when you get into situations like these, looking at this in front of you right there on the screen, you will see some of the symptoms. A lot of these things, mind you, you may have fatigue because you have menopause, but it is nonetheless, fatigue is one of the things that you can encounter when your body is highly acidic, right? You can look for things like excessive weight gain, unexplained and unnecessary weight gain, things like pimples all over your face, acne, all kinds of breakout because the body is under stress. The body literally is under pressure. You know what I'm saying? So all the body is an entire network. So everything happens differently, right? You end up with a lot of allergies, you sniffling, you know what I mean? You're everything you're resisting, you're sensitive to. You end up with cavities, even teeth, tooth cavities. Let me tell you, when your body is acidic, you see it is revealed in almost every single simplest of things. You find it, right? Things like headache and shortness of breath and excessive coughing. These are things because when your body is acidic, it affects every single system and organ in the body. All right. Other symptoms are weakness, excessive vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, and check this out, cardiovascular damage, reduced immunity. That is, I mean, it works negatively at your immune system. It engages you in things like diabetes, bladder infections, and those are ones you don't want to even encounter. Bone bending, that is osteoporosis. You get into things like that. And let me tell you, the big C's, cancers. As I said before, cancers love an acidic environment. It thrives, and they're like little bad boys. Those cancer cells are like little bad boys. Once the area is acidic, whoa, they just multiply and they just love to swim and run and have fun. I'm telling you. No, I mention a lot of this. As per research from Healthline, cancers grow in body tissues which are less alkaline. So the aim is to keep your body above 7.4 or at least above 6.5, because if you are below 6.5, it means you're heavily on. But the aim is to keep it at 7 or 7.4 up, right? They have also concluded that tumors grow faster in acidic environment and create acidity themselves. So when there's cancer in your body, the cancer itself, cancer cells and the tumors, they themselves create an acidity that further compounds the environment that they are in, which incidentally is your body. Whole unprocessed foods aid in maintenance of the body when it is in an acidic state. So if you engage in putting in more whole, simple, unprocessed foods in your diet, it will literally help you to get back to a neutralized state, right? And cancer don't like alkaline. Cancers and those kind of diseases that send out these bad boy cells in your body. They don't like an environment that is alkaline. All right? No. Sorry about all of these errors. I'm really sorry. I didn't see these. Sometimes my thoughts are just going so fast, much more than my fingers. But what this really is supposed to be is contributors to lower pH. I'm sorry about that. All right? No. No. Huh? No, man, these are it's actually contributors to ensuring that you don't you don't get to, you're below the 6.5. These are some of the things that cause you to get below the 7.4 and to swing continuously into the 6.5, which is 6.5. Below 6.5 is severe acidity. Below 7.4, it is acidic. So you have things like dairy products, sugars, meats, the food, some of the foods that we consume, because different foods have the capacity to help to get our bodies into an acidic state, or metabolism, of course, and that means basically how the food is converted to energy in our bodies, right? And these are things that can bring us down into an acidic state. And sometimes the waste that is in our bodies, what happens is that um, the body excretes waste, and what happens after a while is that if this excess waste remains in the body, it actually causes the kidneys to become inflamed, which is why I learned this when I was going through my cancer journey. When you eat meat, things like meat, it stays in your body for years and months to come before it is actually passed out. Which is why you have to continuously eat high fiber foods, which are vegetables and all that kind of things, and grains and stuff, and peas and beans, because it helps you basically, it acts like a broom, and it just cleans everywhere, so that you are able to pass out some of all to pass to excrete a lot of these waste that would normally stay into your intestines and stay into your whole gut area there, and then become something else that you and I don't really want to have to encounter, right? So this is what it's about. If waste is allowed to remain in your body, excess waste is it works the kidneys, and then if they are overworked and pressured, they become inflamed, and ultimately your body becomes inflamed, right? Okay, so this is why it's important for us to keep our bodies in an alkaline state, and that we can do by eating a whole food, plant-based, increasing our vegetables and our. I'm going to show you the chart after this, right? What are the foods that are acidic? I mentioned them before. Dairy products, shellfish, refined corn, like refined corn, meaning refined cornmeal. These days, I say the old time when I was in the country, we never had much of the refined cornmeal when we were growing up. And I'm telling you, cornmeal was one of the nicest things. But what is happening now is that they are finding a way to, I don't know, process the corn, the ground corn, so that it becomes this beautiful fine thing that is that rarely has any kind of nutrient in it. The best cornmeal to buy is the old time coarse cornmeal. That is the one that is unbleached, and it has a whole lot of the nutrition that you need, because remember, corn is a very nutritious grain, right? Okay, but here's what happens now. Excess corn in excess is a grain, and any grain in excess will help to contribute to your body getting into an acidic state, right? Processed foods, why is it processed foods? Because a lot of the nutrients and the nutrition is gone, right? It is bleached and it is processed highly in such a way that um, what happens now is that you when you have it, there's hardly anything for you to get from it, right? Things like refined sugars, white sugar, and then those what you call it, corn syrup, and a lot of those sweeteners that are high calorie sweeteners, right? um Sodas, a lot of people love to drink sodas and carbonated drinks. I never saw anything. I mean, people just love these things, and these are things that literally reduces carbonated drinks generally. There's a drink that I always used to love, and it's a juice. It's a grain, but I realize that it's carbonated, and although I love the drink, I can't, I don't have it. Once in every orange moon when I go out on the road, I would buy it. It's a malt drink, but it's actually carbonated, so I literally just cut it off when I realized. But sodas, the carbonated drinks, alcohol, beer, dragon, those things that a lot of people are having. All these things just put your body into an acidic state that cause much more mayhem inside your body than you can imagine. All right? What foods are alkaline? Foods that are rich in calcium, for example, tofu and soybeans. Foods that are rich in potassium, for example, pumpkin and pumpkin seeds. Foods that are rich in magnesium, sorry, I didn't write an example, and sodium, such as things like sea kelp. Sea kelp is also so rich in magnesium, and things like any kind of seaweed, things like beetroot for iron, for example, in the beetroot, and also green leafy vegetables. All right. Then, of course, you have spinach and other green vegetables. You have kale and cucumbers. And let me tell you, never underestimate the value of those three vegetables: spinach, kale, and cucumbers. Never underestimate their power, right? And included in those vegetables too, we have to remember carrots, things like carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. Now, as much as you can have of these, I find that they are very expensive, but as much of them that you can have in your body, let me tell you, your body will thank you for it. Avocado, these are good fats. Seaweed, right? And sea salt, okay? Things like these, they make your body alkaline. Things like lentils and beans and peas. You would never understand the value, the nutritional value of lentils, and it comes in about 6 or 7 different colors, right? You have the red, the brown, the green, the yellow, the orange. You have even black lentils, and every single one has a different color because you get different nutrients from them, right? You see how amazing God is? He literally color codes the foods so that we can be a little more intelligent when we are actually planning our meals. It is so fantastic, right? Limes and lemons. Now, a lot, that somebody actually asked me once, how is it that limes and lemons and those things are so, they are literally, they have citric acid, a lot of it, and yet they make your body alkaline. Isn't that amazing? Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax, and sesame. Those are foods that help your body to be alkaline. All right. Now the food list. I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is a food list. I'm going to give you an entire long food list. This is the food list that literally I keep because I shop and I plan my meals based on this food list. And I mean daily. Some of these things I know by heart. Some parts of the list I know by heart. But I keep my foods and my meals around this food list. All right? Because this is simple, natural, healthy, unprocessed foods that you have according to this list, right? Now you have the fruits, and we had the vegetables earlier. I love herb teas, right? And I tell you something, one that is not here, I love burdock, elderberry, and chamomile, and not to mention red raspberry, not to mention raspberry. Raspberry tea is delightful. And one tea that is not on the list here is the pomegranate tea. I love pomegranate tea because it just has a beautiful, delightful, and I also like the cranberry tea. So all of these are natural herb teas that all you need is a little maple syrup and you're good to go. All right. Sorry. All right. So we have the grains. Now let me tell you, any grain that you have, any grain that you have and you have in excess, that can cut depending on what the combinations are. can also contribute to a high acidity in the body. Okay, the ones along from this list that you don't have to worry too much about is quinoa, millet, and amaranth. Okay, those grains are not heavily um, acidic contributors, right? No, nuts and seeds. Um, well, let me tell you, I should go back to this a little bit, right? Um, all of this is the food list that to keep our bodies in a certain way, but we have to be careful of the combinations, right? So as I said, this is the grains list, but you have to select from these and not be excessive with these grains, all right? No, nuts and seeds, right? Um, these are actually I keep my nuts. Almond is added to this list as well. Almond, and I have cashew also. Um, Pistachio. I have pistachio, but I tend not to have an excessive amount of pistachio. All right. I try not to have more than about a handful for the week because there are other situations with pistachio that you really have to draw the line sometimes because depending on certain illnesses that you may have. Okay. The oils. Now, this is a food list, remember. The oils, these are the oils that, and let me tell you, my favorite is coconut oil. Coconut oil, it it just it doesn't matter what it is. Coconut oil is my favorite. Okay? I use a little olive oil when I'm making things like butter. And when I'm making things like mayonnaise, I use a little olive oil. Or if I'm doing sometimes when I'm doing my salads and I want to make a little Italian dressing, I might use a little. But other than that, the good old coconut oil or sesame oil. All right. Um, the spices and the seasoning. Oh, by the way, once I touch this, now I have to remember. I when next you come, I hope I can remember. But one of the plan I have is that I have made, I have put together some herb combinations, right? So that you can use for Italian or jerk or whatever. But when you are, that is how that these are the spices I use at home, and these are the spices that were taught to me at Uchipans. But let me tell you what happened now. When you use them, they contribute to your body stay remaining in an alkaline state or neutralized, right? So we have I am what I'm gonna do is I have developed about 10 different seasoning mixes that I'm gonna actually give you as a different recipes when we meet. I don't and I'm not sure if it is next week or the week following, but I'll look back on my chart and what will happen is that you can go home and get those ingredients and make your different spice mixes, and they keep you healthy, keep your body in a certain state, so you don't have to worry about too much of the other things that you're having. All right. No. um okay, so if we're aiming for alkaline, keeping our body, they basically the foods are identified as regards to groups. So you have the acidic group, you have the neutralizing group, or you have the alkaline group, right? Alkaline, of course, I've been saying it from the start that fruits, nuts, vegetables, and legumes. Okay. And legumes, is peas and beans. The foods that help your body to become neutral are things like natural fats. When it comes to foods like avocado, when it comes to things like cashew, when it comes to things like soybeans, tofu, these are natural fats. And there are some other fruits that and foods really that you can just have like that. But I think one of the most pronounced ones are the avocados and the soybeans. Starches, their starches can help to neutralize your body. Things like sweet potato, pumpkin, um, Well, yams are very, very heavy, in starch, really. So you have to be minimal on them. But I mean, there are even things, there are even peas and beans that you can use. They have starch too, like chickpeas. Like chickpeas. Um, could you excuse me a moment? I'm sorry. I just had a little technical thing that I had to adjust. Okay, so as I said, things like natural fats and low calorie sugars. And low calorie sugars are those sugars that you get naturally from the plant. Things like maple syrup, agave syrup, um, dates, date sugars, and date sugar is basically just the dehydrated dates that are powdered. Then you have things like the coconut sugar. It's basically just dehydrated coconut, and then they try to get the sweeter part out of it. But things like the cane sugar and those are really crazy. You have to be very careful when you're having sugars like this, and things like um honey. Honey is an exceptional food or sweetener, but you also have to be very careful with it because honey has a whole lot of calories. All right. Um, the other group that makes you special. Okay, this is what I really want to mention about the grains, such things like barley and wheat, right? Those are some of the grains that you have to go easy on. But there's wheat in every single thing that you go out and have. I personally am allergic, so anything with wheat and barley and spelt and gluten, I can't touch it. But there are certain grains that just have a lot of that, and they contribute to getting your body into an acidic state. And you really want to stay away from that, right? No. What are the benefits of having alkaline bodies? And my desire is that is one of the things I worry about with my body. I always want to make sure my immune system is balanced and up high and really nice, and my body is alkaline. Those are the two things, especially people who have gone through cancer and people who are trying to prevent it, and especially and you have it in your family. You have to make sure that you keep those things. Keep on top of your immunity, your immune system, keep on top of ensuring that your body remains alkaline, right? So whatever you have to do, you eat to do it, exercise to do it, make sure that you keep your body in those areas. All right. Now, see the great benefits of having alkaline bodies. You you look 10 years younger. Isn't that fantastic? What girl doesn't want to look younger, really? It improves your skin. It gives you beautiful skin. Just keeping your body alkaline and keeping your body neutralized. It just makes your skin glow, and it has its natural moisture that just shines through, you know. And the big one that a lot of us girls like is to promote the weight loss, because listen, the the diet, the alkaline diet, which is the diet that gives you have a lot of basically it's a whole food plant-based diet, and that helps you immensely to have lower to drop a lot of the pounds, right? It improves your kidney health. Remember, I told you earlier that when the kidney is overworked, gets into inflammation. So if we have to try and keep our bodies in an alkaline state so that our kidneys will be healthy, right? And listen, it helps to prevent cancers as early as just the other day, 2010, just the other day here. the European prospective investigation found that consuming vitamins A, C, and having lots of fiber, especially plant fiber, and a simple Mediterranean style diet reduces and prevents cancer. And we should go through the Mediterranean diet, but that will take us a whole program, because let me tell you, the Mediterranean style diet is a simple, natural, whole food, plant based, that I'm telling you, would be so excited to see the things that they do and they make and their traditional foods. And it's simple and natural, right? um Preventing heart disease. Remember, you realize all the things that can happen if our bodies are not in an alkaline state. The growth hormone levels can be improved, the bone bending can be prevented, things like back pains, and we develop healthy muscles with this, and improve digestion, and most of all, detoxes the body. One of the programs I want to do also is about detoxing. So we are going to literally sit here for that time and go. But before, we're going to have to prepare, because I'm going to have to send to you and tell you all the things that you will need maybe a week ahead. And we sit and we make them together. We're just going to go through detoxing your body. But let me tell you something. If you stick to a whole food, plant-based diet, more often than not, you don't have to do a lot of detox. If you're not having excessive fried foods and sugars and stuff with that diet, you don't necessarily need it, because the food does everything for you. All right. Now, how can you make some simple tips how you can make your food alkaline? You can basically eat whole foods. Eat eat fed vegetables, fruits, and just have a whole food plant-based diet, right? Drink the water that is sufficient for the day, meaning drink the amount of water that you ought to have for the day. Med- Divide your body weight, divide how much pounds you weigh by 16, and that will give you the amount of water, the number of glasses of water that you need for the day. Remember that the body is 70% water. You have to keep feeding it. And also, when you give, there are individuals, natural health proponents, who say you should really drink a gallon of water a day. Which means that if you do that, you are going to have to travel with one of them little caddies in your car, or you have to go live near somewhere there. But if you do that, if you're doing something like a cleanse, or you're trying to do a detox, you can do that over a 2 or 3 day period, maybe once a month, because that basically helps to flush your system, right? Add lime or lemon juice to your water occasionally. So you're going to work and you have your bottled water, maybe 2 days for the week. You can add a lime in your water bottle, and that will help to keep your body in an alkaline state. When you're cooking, you can use baking soda. Some people don't like to use it, but you can use baking soda. Just put a little baking soda in whatever it is that you are doing, in your cooking, in your soup, in your stuff. But you can't do too much, because it will get away from you. But if you use baking soda, basically it neutralizes everything, right? Stay away from acid forming foods. We looked at the group with the food chart already. All right. Now, tonight our presentation is a little short. Uh, So I just want to say thanks, as usual, to the Lord for his wisdom and continued care. I want to say thanks to our researchers, because we have made significant strides, connecting with individuals from all these different agencies, that I am able to, from I started, I'm able to bring you those information backed up by my own personal experience, because a lot of these things, I can tell you, I have lived them, and I still continue to live them, because I am a cancer survivor, and I try my utmost best to keep my body in a particular state, because that's how I stay healthy, right? So I thank all of you for continuing to come, and for I have so much fun joining on a Thursday evening. I look forward to it, and I look forward to sharing and helping everybody to understand and to grow and to learn so that they too can keep their bodies healthy and keep their bodies, their families healthy too. To all the visitors, I'm not sure if we have any visitors tonight, if you have been here for the first time or the second time. But if you are here, I welcome you and I'm glad to have you. And I hope that we will continue every single Thursday as long as the Lord permits. We are going to be here. So I thank Doctors Curtis and Abby, and I thank little Gabri. Man, she's always here with the technical, with her little technical thing. You know what I mean? So I have to thank her. She do my little setup and then a little technical thing because I have to tell you the truth. I am not one of those technical persons, right? When you get to a certain age, I don't know. But from I was a child, the technology was just not my thing. I'm really not so keen on it. I'm very old fashioned, really and truly, right? But it's a necessity. So you know, we work with it. We work with what we have to, right? So, one and all, I am very happy that you were able to make it, and God bless you and keep you, and the Lord help you that throughout this week you will make some changes in your nutrition and in your lifestyle so that you will ultimately reap the benefits a little later on, and you'll continue to be healthy and strong and grow in Jesus and continue to be messengers and instruments for him. So I can take your questions now or your comments or any little thing you want to share. But I want to once again say thanks for joining me here, and I look forward to next Thursday again. All right. Next Thursday, I'm going to pick up again on the extending the raw food, extending the live food. I am going to pick up on that next week. I got about 5 um, emails and WhatsApps asking me about some heavy raw food questions and asking for more recipes. So um, next week I'll pick up on that again. I think I will do something else on raw food. All right. So should I anticipate your questions or your comments or
Sister
hello?
Pride, good
Yes,
evening.
hi. Please
Yes,
remind me who this is now.
Angela Dunstan.
Oh, hi, Angela.
Yeah, I was trying to make the yogurt, but
Yes.
it has not. Um, Let me see. It is not thick, so I'm not sure how long it should be there for. So I set it
Oh,
Friday,
oh,
Saturday night. Yeah.
when how long you had it? You allowed it to stay.
Outside, it. I think I I started the process about 8:30 Saturday night, and I didn't put it in the fridge until maybe Sunday evening thereabouts.
Well, okay. So let's go back. Let's go through something now. When it's your first attempt, don't give up. All right. When you're going through it, if the minimum you keep it is 12 hours, right? Now, if you
Yeah.
keep it longer than 12 hours, it's gonna get a little more tangy. Okay? So the longer you keep it that way, the more tang you will get on it. Secondly, when you keep it like that, then you can mix it and put it in the refrigerator. Shake it a little bit, put it in the refrigerator for it to become thick. Were you able to put it in the refrigerator?
Yes, I did put it in the refrigerator Sunday evening thereabouts.
But did it get any thicker?
Not really. It just looks like it's curdled and it's settled, and on top
Yes,
of it
that is it,
looks
man.
oil,
You
like oil
just
base. That's it.
no. Did you stir it?
I stirred it once when I see it still look watery, and
Okay,
then I put it back in the fridge. It's there even till now.
okay, and it's still not thick.
It's not thick, but it is thicker than the original state of the milk.
Okay, well, here's what you
Not
can do.
as thick as I am. So maybe I'm
All
thinking
right,
it
okay,
will be
but
thick like the regular yogurts.
all right, once you see it start curdling though, you know, that
Yeah.
no, you are if you just turn that up and you can actually use that still in your meals because it is still a probiotic drink, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can still use it as long as it doesn't have an odor, one of those, excuse my expression,
Oh,
funky odor.
okay. Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
you can still have that because actually once you see you leave it there for a while and it stays warm, it
Yeah.
stays warm. Or you could wrap it into a towel and put it in the oven. Did you put it in the oven?
I didn't put it in the oven, but I wrapped newspaper around it and put it in a little container to keep it
Oh,
warm.
are you all right? So we're gonna try another way. We're gonna make another attempt now. Okay. So here's what you do then. You warm your milk a little. When you do your milk,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a light in your oven?
Oven? No, I
Yes.
don't. No, I don't.
All right. Well, here what you can do. Um, the refrigerator. You can do a little makeshift heating something. What you can do is wrap it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's start from the top. You have about a quart of soy milk. No additions, just your pure soy milk or your pure almond milk or your
Right.
pure, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
you warm it a little bit on the stove
I did
and
that.
warm it
I did that.
just to get to lukewarm, very lukewarm. Just the water that you use to bathe your baby. You mustn't have any hot. You can put your elbow in it and you're not fussed about it.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's lukewarm, right? And then you your two
Probiotics.
capsules, and
Mm-hmm.
then you mix it up properly. Okay. Now when you put on the lid, when you put
Mm-hmm.
the lid on, you had a glass jar.
Yes, it's a glass jar that
All
it's
right.
stuck
So
in.
when you put on the lid, you
Mm-hmm.
don't lock it very tight so that it can
Oh,
breathe,
okay.
right?
Oh
And
well.
then don't lock it tight so it can breathe. And then you instead of using the paper, use a
Yeah.
nice big towel so that it
Okay.
can still breathe, and
Okay.
wrap it tightly so it keeps warm. And then you
Uh-huh.
can put it in the back of your oven
Okay.
or put it somewhere in a nice dark place that it will keep warm when you wrap it tight in your towel, so and stuff, and try that one and let us see how it works.
All right. So how long before it I can use it for
12
yogurt?
hours 12 hours
12?
because it's gonna grow. You have to give it time for it
Oh,
to do its thing.
oh,
But the one that is curdled, as long as it's not spoiled, that is you have made a probiotic drink. You can use it in
okay.
your smoothies, and you
Mm-hmm.
can actually use it in your soups and stuff like that. That's full of probiotic.
Okay. Let me show you it. Let me just
Oh, you have it?
Yes, I still
Fantastic.
have it because I'm saying it takes so long to get thick.
No, if it doesn't get thick after maybe 24 hours, um, and you put it, and if you put it in the refrigerator and it's not getting significantly thicker, then I don't think it's gonna go any much thicker. But wherever it's at, as long as it does not have a foul odor, it's still nice. It's still good. You can have it in there. You can still have it.
All right, I'm not sure if you're seeing it.
I'm seeing you, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it
Are you
is.
seeing it?
Yes,
You're
I'm
seeing
seeing it.
Yeah.
Is that the water? Is that the liquid on the top?
Right.
All right, here's what you do then. Can what you can do is use a scoop. Use a scoop and take that part out. You can
Okay.
still use that in your soup or in your or to make your smoothie anyway. When you take out that,
Yeah.
you can mix that one around a little bit. And then you
Okay.
can have it on your granola and your oatmeal.
Oh,
You see what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
But the idea
So
is
in
that
other
the
words,
next,
nothing gets wasted.
huh?
So in other words, nothing gets wasted. The
No,
parasites.
no, man. We can't waste all them nice probiotics there, man. No, we can't do that at all. And
Okay.
it might be, you know, that you might get a tang. You might, when you taste it, you might get a tang.
Okay.
So, but that liquid on the top there is it's a nice probiotic. You can actually just drink it like that. It's a
Yeah.
great in the morning. If you drink it in the morning, it's a great energy booster. It's a great probiotic.
Okay, I'll try that tomorrow.
Uh, and when you skim off that clear liquid part, the
Yeah.
bottom part now will be really nice. You just mix that up, and then you can put it in your granola, or put it on in your porridge. That would be
Mhm.
nice.
Okay.
It's
Thank you.
still you are still getting the probiotics. It's just that it's not at that point. And I think one of the things that is probably causing it not to is the temperature.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
you see, you have to maintain it at a certain temperature for you to get the exact effect that you want.
Oh,
You
okay.
understand?
Yeah.
But never mind, try again and we will keep working at it until we get it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, man. There's Anne Anne Marie Levine. Hi.
We're good, we're good.
Ah, yes, yes. I wanted to mention that there it can occur where in the same way that you can have your body too acidic, you can go too alkaline. You can get to a place where you can do all of these things and you complicate the system. You really the body is made to be within the 7.4 to about 7.8. Other That is where your body needs to be. And if you keep your body neutralized, and if you keep it following the simple little principles of just doing eating whole foods, getting your little exercise, drinking your water, getting a little sun, if you keep and follow those simple little guidelines, you will be able to keep your body in that neutral state between 7.4 to 7.9. Too much of nothing is ever good. Well, hi Gail and Ariana, I see you there, man. Yeah.
Hi. Hello. Good night, everyone.
Oh, hi Ariana. Hi Marcia, you're here.
Hi,
Nice
Ari.
having you.
Hi, Sister Dunstan.
How are you?
um there's no the tests. There are some simple tests that you can use. It's usually the you testing your urine, and you have a stick, the pH stick that you can use. You can buy them in the pharmacies. um these are things that you have to keep at home. um they are accessible and readily available, and they're not expensive either. You get a bottle, you know, and it's just, yeah. So they are tests, yes. Or you can just go to your doctor. You can go to the doctor, but I mean, you don't want to go to the doctor every week to find out if your body is alkaline. You know what I mean?
What you say we could buy? What you say we
You
could
can
buy
you
from
can go to the pharmacy, and
there? Uh-huh.
they sell some little charts and sticks that you can use, right?
Okay.
They also have they I hear that they have some modern systems now, some modern things that are coming out of somewhere in Europe, but they are kind of on the costly side. But the
Okay.
simple way is just to go to the pharmacy and get the chart and the stick. That's a simple, cheap way, and it's also very reliable, right? Is that all the questions, answers, comments? I ended my presentation early, and I don't want to keep you up tonight because I know usually I go very long and we go minutes to 10 and all of that, and I don't want to keep you up tonight, right? Although I'm always happy for the company, right? So let me tell you what I'm trying to do. Yes, stop. You know what I'm trying? Stop the live. Yeah. What I'm trying to do is ensure that everybody ensure that everybody benefits as much as possible from the the programs when we have them, right? I'm trying to ensure that I'm also trying to ensure that you have access to the information and whatever is new. So I'm asking as much as possible if you are able to go on the website Eden Jar Whole Foods and join up so that I can start sending out mass information. The lady who is running the website will be able to send out mass things, and all of that kind of thing to help us out. Because I really would like to ensure that you have access to the information.
So what's the process? You say we are to join.
Uh,
I thought you had enrolled us already. What's the process?
no, no, if you just go on, no, I had set up, if you were here in the last 1, 2, 3, and you sent me your email, then that your email is already on this
Okay.
website. But you have, so basically you have automatically joined up already because I